Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp and welcome back to another episode of Building Toronto. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of significant condominium buildings that have been completed in the Toronto world. Both are recently built towers that really changed the east end of the Toronto skyline, so I'm pretty excited to look at both of these buildings today. The first building we're going to be looking at is Sony L Tower. This condominium is located directly behind the Sony Center for the Performing Arts, and it has a modern look that is unique to the Toronto skyline. The tower is designed by architect Daniel Libeskind, and the building began construction in mid-October of 2009 and was finally opened in the summer of 2015. This building is important for a couple of reasons. Obviously the first for the building itself, but the second because originally the Sony Center for the Performing Arts was destined to be demolished, but instead of demolishing it, a group of investors chose to preserve the Sony Center and build an additional tower behind it. There were some issues with construction of the tower in regards to safety, which delayed the tower's opening. Up until September of 2018, there was a crane located on top of the tower, which some felt posed a safety risk for the area surrounding the building. Many residents also felt that the crane was an eyesore and really wanted it to be removed. Eventually, the crane was removed in September of 2018, as I mentioned earlier. In our build, we decided to include the small crane because of the lore it has with the building and the sort of the history with the building that it has. L Tower soars at 205 meters and includes 58 floors. The building won 8th place in the Empress Skyscraper Award in 2017, which is an award for architectural excellence regarding the design of buildings and their functionality. Our version of L Tower was worked on by two Toronto builders. Storm did the exterior of the building, while Ninja did the interior and the lobby. I think that the building turned out really well, and it captures the look of L Tower perfectly. I was really blown away the first time I saw it completed. It was all done in sort of a stage where I wasn't very active on the map, and so I sort of came back and the whole tower was there, and I was quite impressed. Moving on to our second build for today's video, we have the Concert Condominiums at 88 Scott Street. 88 Scott is one of Toronto's newest condominium towers and opened at some point last year. I had a hard time finding information on the tower itself, mostly because it's so new, and so I couldn't find an exact time date when it opened. The building is tied for 18th tallest in the city with the Four Seasons Hotel, and is 1 meter shorter than L Tower, which is the 17th tallest building. The building boasts a transitional look that starts with an Art Deco style at the base and blends into a modern glass tower at the top. The building was designed by Page & Steel as well as IBI Group Architects. This building was more difficult to build because of its large variety on a floor-by-floor basis. It was entirely built by me, both interior and exterior, with a couple of with the exception of a banquet hall, which was built by Storm. It took me quite a few weeks to complete this build, and I made quite a few changes to the exterior of the building before believing that it was a good match to the real version of the build. At first, I wasn't very satisfied with how it turned out, and I decided to make a few changes, specifically to the top portion of the tower to try and make it better represent how it looks in real life. And now I think that I have represented the building quite well. So it was something that I really kind of worked towards, and it was something that I kind of procrastinated on building this building for quite a bit. Not really sure why, but it was one that I wanted to make sure I got it right once I started it, and so I took a lot of time with it. More time than I usually end up taking with builds, but I think that it turned out quite nice. So that is really the end of that. That concludes today's video. There are a few other projects that are getting really close to completion, so I expect another Building Toronto video out in the coming weeks, with one more in February for sure, and possibly a second, which would be really great if we could get 3 Building Torontos out in February. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, be sure to hit like and share the channel with some of your friends. We are closing in on that 500 subscriber mark, which would be something really good to achieve soon. It's a goal that I've had for the channel for a long time, so to see that we're kind of closing in to that goal is something really awesome. Additionally, I mean, if you're looking for other ways to support the channel, be sure to look in the description for the link to my merch page where you can get some pretty good channel merch. We have a couple of things there. We have my logo on every merch thing imaginable, and then we have our channel mascot, Cappy, as well, which you can get on some merch. Aside from that, I mean, I hope you guys have a great day. This has been Minecraft Building Toronto. The next video will probably be a CSGO Overwatch video. Watch out for that probably sometime next week. My name is Gamefruitpulp, and I will catch you guys all next time. Have a good one.